we're finally seeing the first generation of UCF fans growing up as UCF fans. They didn't grow up cheering for another school, and then once they came to UCF for college, decided to cheer on UCF. They're 3, 4, 5 years old right now cheering on the Knights.
I think a lot of the alumni tend to be younger, and a lot of them have kids that are growing up. Living in Orlando, it's easier to keep them around UCF and do all things UCF. So they're growing up in that atmosphere, and hopefully one day they'll be UCF alumni themselves.
Now you're a part of something bigger, than yourself. And when you're a part of something bigger than yourself, that's really where you want to start to grow, and that's when you start seeing everything, and hey, yeah, you're doing the right thing, you're in the right spot, especially when you get the community involved and being around it.
If you can put a value on UCF, like this is our community. This is our community. This is what we are. You know what I mean? My wife, my kids, this Saturdays in the fall, this is where we are.
You can see that when we have our Fan Fest each August, the 1,000+ people there. It's a lot of families with young children, and those children in the next 15 years are going to be the backbone of UCF's student body.
The next generation of Knight fans are the kids, and we want them to see them wearing that brand in their schools and coming to the games and just showing UCF off to all their friends, because that's the future of UCF football and the university.
That generation, these babies that are being born now, to grow up UCF fans, it's very exciting to think about the future and what might be held in the the next 15 to 20 years once they start to get old enough to attend UCF and become alumni themselves.
This is my granddaughter. She's normally a lot happier than this, but yes, obviously I graduated from here. My daughter graduated from here. My son-in-law graduated from here, and then now my granddaughter will eventually graduate from here.
I mean, it's no longer just going to be, the other schools in the state of Florida. Now UCF's going to be one of those big ones, especially since how large our student body is. By the end of it, there are going to be more UCF fans growing up than there are going to be of anywhere else in the country.
And it's kind of interesting to meet other alumni, and then they kind of find out what you do, and they're like, hey, I went to UCF, graduated such and such, and you can say go Knights and charge on throughout the neighborhood. So that's pretty cool to see a burgeoning fan base and a burgeoning alumni base.
I have friends I graduated with that are having kids, so I mean it's awesome seeing them buying like little UCF booties, little UCF pajamas. But you definitely want to raise a kid to be a UCF fan growing up, because we're still developing new traditions. There's still a lot of things that haven't happened yet that they will be the first to see, that they will be able to be, I was there, I got to see that happen, I made that happen.
My son is definitely a diehard UCF fan. It's all he's ever known. He's 4 years old now, and he associates Daddy with UCF, and he loves football, and he'll scream NFL Network and ESPN. But if there's UCF anything on the TV, it's all there.
And when I took my daughter, who's a sophomore at Seminole State this year, when I took her around to visit schools, I visited her in Tennessee. I took her to UCF. She went to the University of Miami, and she's gone to a couple other places. And I told her to pick her choice. And her choice was, Dad, all I know is UCF, that's where my heart is, and that's where I want to go.
The more families that can place the value directly on it and say, this is what we do on Saturdays in the fall. We're at Bright House. We're watching games.
And her goal is to be a cheerleader here at the University of Central Florida. And that's her dream, and she has an opportunity to go to any school she wants to, but there's no other school better than UCF.